All right, everyone. Hi, my name is Laura Dineen, and I am Miss Urbana 2020. And joined with me is,
I'm Dr. Mansi Oza. I'm a cosmetic and general dentist, owner and founder of Thermont Smiles.
and today we are going to be talking about a range of topics. Dr. Oza and I have had the privilege of getting to know each other because she has been a sponsor for me during my journey as Miss Urbana. So we are longtime friends, and we're going to talk to you about health, our prospective fields, and our journeys, mine through Miss America and through my university, and hers with her business and personal journey as well. So let's get started.
Awesome.
I have a question right off the bat.
Okay.
What Dr. Oza was generous enough to be able to give me a sponsorship where I was able to get a free teeth whitening when I was preparing for Miss America. What has kind of been the driving force with you wanting to give free opportunities for people to take care of their teeth?
I would have to give that credit to my mom. That's how I was raised from the beginning. Um, when I was a little kid, she would gather all the neighborhood kids who were less privileged, who could not afford outside tuition, and she would teach them math or whatever they were struggling with. She would bring them home. She would give them our uniforms and books, and she would always point that out. That see how joyful you feel inside when you give back. So that's something that was instilled in me from the beginning, and I have continued to do so. And there is so much more to do. So yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That really speaks to me. I myself really care a lot about giving back. And it was one of the driving forces for myself joining Miss America because I love the community service aspect of our organization. So that's a really powerful statement.
Thank you. That's wonderful. And tell me a little bit about your journey. How did you get started? How old were you? And what have you learned in your journey?
Absolutely. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So first of all, I grew up in Maryland my whole life. So I've always had a real connection to this state. And my younger brother has cerebral palsy, and my family and I, really have always been very close. So when I was younger, I've been homeschooled since I was from third grade to high school. So I spent a lot of my time and journey as a young person, helping my parents take care of my brother and being very involved in his care. And that journey led me to really want to stay local again in Maryland. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that I did was I went to my community college in Frederick Community College, and I studied there for a couple of years. I got my associates in general studies. Mm-hmm. And then from there, I was lucky enough to get a full ride scholarship to the University of Maryland College Park.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so I was able awesome. So I was able to attend there, and I've been there since. And when I was there, I was really excited to explore my opportunities now that I was an older person. Mm-hmm. And I was able to use that scholarship to not have to work so I can come home and help my parents on the weekends, but then be fully devoted when I was on campus. So I started off studying dietetics, which for anyone who doesn't know, that's basically a nutrition major. And it wasn't the right fit. So I moved to kinesiology, which is like the study of exercise physiology. And it was the perfect fit for me. I've absolutely loved it. And now I'm on track to be a PA.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah.
So I see you exercising all the time. I follow you on your Instagram. Do you want to show them your Instagram, your website?
Yeah, let's do that. So, I will start by just showing a couple of photos. So I love to work out. One of the things that I've been doing this past year has been trying to train for a triathlon. So I have this photo here where you can see me at the C&O Canal in Maryland training. I had just done my first triathlon, and this was during the pandemic. So it was actually virtual, but that was really fun. And then the other thing that I will show, which was the other image, is my website. So if you want to push that one up, it's going to be that one right there, the next one. Yep. And I think that was this one. Yes. So this is my website. It's called Able to Achieve, which is my platform for Miss America. And the whole purpose of this website is to have a site where people can go to find information about my platform and what I do within Miss America. So I do adapted physical activity advocacy for people that have special needs or disabilities. So if you don't know what adapted physical activity is, it's exercise that is modified for people that have a disability. And there are plenty of organizations throughout the state of Maryland that address this issue. And my job is to bring advocacy and awareness and education to people that don't know about it, and then also create spaces where people that have disabilities can be active.
That's wonderful. So they have to go to your website and find out more information. How do they contact you?
Yeah, so on my website, I have an about page, which I can show you guys right here. So if you get onto my website, the first thing that you'll see is my about page. And I have listed my mission and vision. If you want to know exactly about what Able to Achieve is about, you can see that. I have some partnerships that are listed. I even have an action plan. And then I list events, resources, and a way for you to contact. So if you click the Contact Us section, it'll take you right there, and you can leave your email and message. And that's the only information I'll be getting from you, so it's secure. And that's pretty much how you can reach out to me. And
That's perfect.
Yeah, so it's been really great. And I've had a lot of generous partnerships that I've been able to build, where essentially I give them social media and then some of my volunteer time, and then they're able to give me a lot of resources and also just educate me more so that I can be a better advocate.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome.
Let's check the comment section for a moment and see if anyone said anything. So far, we're getting some positive feedback. Hi, everyone.
Bree says, pretty smiles. Thank you, Bree. You do too.
Thermont smiles. That's where mine's from. Yep. So that's been a little bit about my personal journey. To answer your question about me joining Miss America, that happened about 2 years ago. I was at the gym of all places. Yes. And my director, oops, my sash is falling, trying to run away. My director, Sonia Bowie, she was going to the gym, reached out to me and said, would you like to join Miss America?
That's amazing.
Yep. I found out a lot about it. And at first I thought she was crazy because I was drenched in sweat. I definitely didn't feel like I was ready to be on stage.
That's not true. You're always pretty.
But she was, like, I really think this is a good fit for you. And what really sold me was the community service aspect of it. And scholarships, which was something that I was able to get from participating as well. So when I learned about it, I was hooked, and thus began my journey.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And she's so organized and just a wonderful person. So, yep.
Now, kind of in light of that, what motivated you to reach out to our organization? Because you've supported so many title holders, myself, and so many different girls with brightening smiles. And what kind of made you feel connected to Miss America?
That's what we do, right? We help people smile more, smile confidently. I help so many people. They're completely embarrassed about their smile, and they have stopped smiling or laughing because they feel just so conscious about their smile. So that's what, I always notice, Steve, and I'm always there to help. So I was like, okay, these girls are really putting themselves forward and working so hard. And if I can help a little bit by just brightening their smiles, it would be just wonderful. And you guys are already pretty confident. You didn't need confidence from teeth whitening, but I feel that it just a little bit of enhancement helps a lot. So yeah, that was the thought behind it when I reached out. So
I love that. Well, I can say that I absolutely loved getting my teeth whitened. It was my first time I've ever done it before. And I actually have some photos of my experience. So I would love to show that to you guys. This was me actually, I don't know, I guess you can say what I'm doing in this photo.
You were holding the retractors, so I like to, and yours was just the whitening. You didn't need any smile enhancement, but typically when we design anyone's smile, that is usually the first step I start with. I take a series of like 18 pictures. There, some are close-up pictures, some are just the portraits. And I actually sit down after the patient leaves and study everything, put everything on the grid, and I sit down with the patients and go over their goals, and we custom design smiles for each and every person, so we can help them with their confidence. So for you, I was just taking the pictures so I could see the difference. I could study what the whitening would do for you and for your teeth. So yeah.
And one thing that she did that was really powerful to me. So I'm a big coffee drinker. That's how I keep my energies up. But that stains your teeth. And
It does, yeah.
honestly, I found out most of the foods I like stain my teeth: blueberries, wine, all that
Yeah.
stuff. And she actually has a series of different teeth, like one tooth, and each one's colored differently. So she kind of shows you, well, your tooth is at this specific coloration. And then once the whitening process begins, we'll get it to this light color. So you're able to kind of see the before and after just through looking at the little model.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. And I noticed an immediate difference. This was me right after I had gotten my teeth whitened, and Dr. Oza was nice enough to give me a little goodie bag when I was done, and I took some photos of that as well. We actually also have a live testimonial from another Miss America candidate. So she's in the Miss America Outstanding Teen program. Her name is Riley, and she's a part of Miss Urbana as well. And she got her teeth done and actually has a video of her talking about her experience. So we will play that right now.
Hi everyone, it's Miss Imesville's Outstanding Teen, Riley Jackson, and I just got my teeth whitened by Thermont Smiles, and I'm so excited because look at my teeth, they're super white, and I'm all smiles today.
She's so adorable.
She is so cute. She did so well with that. But yeah, so I really enjoyed my experience going to Thermont Smiles.
That's good to hear. And we are really all about making patients feel comfortable. I personally don't like going to a dentist myself, so I try to put myself in our patients' shoes. And we offer soft neck pillows and blankets, and there are TVs overhead, just to keep it as comfortable as possible. We can't completely take away the discomfort part, but we try.
Well, it's really cool that you say that, because a lot of people have this misconception of Miss America, and I had it too when I first started. So I thought that, to be in Miss America, you have to be a beauty queen.
Yeah.
And it's all about your physical appearance. And that's something that is not true. A couple of years ago, we created the Miss America 2.0 as an organization. And the whole purpose is to prepare great women for the world and the world for great women. And it's done through advocacy, education, advocating for your platform, gaining real world skills like interview skills such as this, and also being able to really focus on yourself. We even say when you do evening wear or some of the appearance is, needed. It's about being professional. It's about putting your best foot forward, and it's about you. My director always told me it was me versus me when I would step on stage. It's not about how pretty I am compared to another girl. So I think
That's
that
so wonderful. I love it.
Having your ethos where it's about, it's not just that you have to have a white smile to be beautiful, but it's about confidence, and it's also about health, which was my next question. How important is it, beyond just the fact that your healthy teeth make you look nice? What are some of the things that you really tell your patients about why they should care about their smiles?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. And I can probably talk for 3-4 hours just on that. But, it's all connected. And I just feel that's a part most patients don't understand. And that's where we spend a lot of time educating them. Basically, we have gums, we have bone that is holding the teeth. And most people feel that, if you brush and floss, it's all going to be okay. But if you are not going to a dentist regularly, and if you are not getting your gums checked, the tartar and plaque can creep more towards your roots, and that can actually raise your blood sugar, your blood pressure. It can cause stroke or Alzheimer's disease. And that's the part that most people need to relate to. We also check the pH in the mouth when someone comes to our practice for the first time. And if the mouth pH is acidic, obviously they are going to get cavities, because teeth are all calcium. And if you keep throwing acid on it, you are going to get holes, which is cavities. But we also go deeper into why the mouth is acidic. And then there is oral and gut connection. Are you producing enough acid in your stomach? Do you have good gut microbiome? That kind of thing. So it's all connected.
Wow,
So, yeah.
that's amazing. It's interesting because I've been going to the dentist my whole life, but if someone asked me why, I would have probably just said, for the reasons you mentioned, well, you just need to have like a healthy smile, floss, brush,
Yeah.
which I don't always floss, but
Now you're going to get messages from me.
I
Did
know.
you floss?
I love this comment. So Blue, hi Blue, you said you both look like Miss America.
Oh,
I
thank
definitely
you.
agree, Dr. Oza.
No.
If she made the age, which, a little FYI, for those that did know, Miss America is between the ages of 18 and 25. So I will be turning 25 this July. And I'm going to be aging out. So I'm enjoying every second I can as Miss Urbana.
But like you said, it's all about learning and, supporting each other, not just about having that title. So tell me more. What did you learn from the pageants, and how is it going to affect your life going forward?
Wow. That's an amazing question. I would say that, I spent, because of the pandemic, this is Miss America's 100th year. So we were actually grandfathered into the next year. So we got to keep our titles for 2 years instead of one. And that was such a blessing because it meant more preparation and it meant more time to serve our communities. So I would say for myself, one of the things that I really gained from Miss America, although my title's not up just yet, has been incredible networking and just personal relationships with a wide variety of people from across the state of Maryland and beyond. I was lucky enough to do work for the Girl Scouts and do workshops virtually all across the states. And I'm able to currently right now, I serve an organization called Keen, and they serve the whole DC Baltimore area, and I help them create adapted fitness classes online and in person. So just the reach that I've been able to have, it has been so much more than just a crown or a sash. It's been relationships and it's been actual connections that I've been able to build with people. And that's what has meant the most to me. I have some other images that I would love to show of one of the best things that we've been able to do is we have a Prince and Princess program through Miss Maryland, and it's a mentorship program.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called the Black Eyed Susan. And so this is a photo of one of the crafts that we did with them.
Tell me more about it.
Yeah, so the Prince and Princess program, it's a way to introduce, of course, young women especially, and also boys to mentorship. But I say women specifically because it's also a way for young girls to be familiar with Miss America. One of the things that was really meaningful to me was after I competed for Miss Maryland, I had my princess in the stages, in the crowd. And even though I didn't win, I made the top 10.
Yeah, you did.
But she said to me, your talent was so amazing. It made me want to compete for Miss America.
Oh, wow.
And she was like, I want to be strong and beautiful like you.
That was your award right there.
I know.
That's so
and Riley, the teen that we showed earlier, she was lucky enough to take a video of her saying that for me.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
I can keep that forever. But that's something that I've been able to do throughout my year of service, which was amazing. Another thing that I've been able to do is network with, policymakers and politicians. One of which was the mayor of Frederick. And these are some other title holders there. The other photo is my dog, which is not related, but I do have a French bulldog named Frederick. So you can see that I love Frederick.
And he loves you.
He does. Another thing that we were able to do during Miss Maryland was meet the mayor of Hagerstown. She's the first female mayor, which is amazing. So that's some girl power. And also just, again, connect. And this is a picture of a young girl that I met that wanted some autographs. And it's just been a really beautiful experience. Another photo I can share with you is I did a shoot for Frederick Lifestyle magazine with some of my friends that are also title holders.
I know, I listen. You guys look so cute.
Yep. So this is the actual image of the magazine.
Yep. Beautiful.
Where I was featured. We've been able to do radio with 99.9 WFRA, and then also Key 103, which I don't have a photo of, but I did that as well. Local events like the Frederick Daddy Daughter Dance, and then other things like I was able to visit the Capitol building
Oh, wow.
and get a tour, which was amazing.
Oh, wow.
I got a governor's certificate for my service, which you see to the left. And I also did a lot of virtual opportunities like reading for kids and sending those videos into hospitals, which is pictured to the left. Another thing that was really cool was going to appearances, which I just started doing since the pandemic has loosened up a little bit. This was the picture to the right is the Bel Air Independence Day Parade, where we were able to ride on cars and wave to everyone, which was the biggest event I've done yet. So that was really fun.
It's wonderful.
This
And
is another
I'm sure you
image.
made some people happy there too.
I got some little kids that just lit up, and that was really exciting. The last thing that I'll talk about that was really exciting that I did was being able to host drives. So I spent the semester, you see the image to the right, these are a bunch of menstrual products. And one of the things that I'm really passionate about is women's health. And when I was in school, we were constructed with a project and we needed to do something that made an impact. And so I got together with my group mates and I said, you know what, we should do a tampon drive for I Support the Girls, which is an amazing nonprofit that's gifts menstrual products and bras to women that are homeless and in need.
That's
so
wonderful.
It really addresses that public health issue. So I did a drive and did a lot of campaigning on social media. And I was able to raise like $250. And I spent all of that on menstrual products and then shipped it over to them. So
that is amazing. Good job.
Yeah. So again, the Miss America organization has provided me with the network and the community and the resources to really be successful. Let's check out the comments real quickly. People are saying hi.
Hello, everyone. Thank you
Hi,
for joining us.
everyone. Hi, Kyle. Hi, Lance. All right. So someone said that their mother's crown keeps falling out and the dentist can't ever seem to keep it in. What are your comments about that?
So is this a temporary crown, Blue? If it is, it should not fall, but it happens every now and then. If the tooth is short or if they are anticipating permanent crown pretty soon, then that would help a lot. Temporary crowns tend to do it every now and then, but definitely permanent crowns should not do that. So if you can give me a little more information, I can tell you a little bit more about that.
Definitely. Oh, we got another teeth question.
All right.
By Corey. Hi, Corey. So in regards to sensitive teeth, what are some tips that you have for people that have a teeth sensitivity? I think you recommended to us before we got our teeth whitened to brush with, I think, Sensodyne or...
Yeah. So Corey, I'm not sure what you mean by the friend being sensitive about teeth. Is it that she has sensitive teeth, or is she wanting more better smile, or is she conscious about your smile? So sensitivity, there are lots of different things that we can do. I would recommend Sensodyne Pro Enamel. That's a toothpaste that a lot of my colleagues also recommend, and that works really well for a lot of people. Basically, when you lose the enamel, which is the protective cover, think of teeth like a coconut. The outer shell is the enamel, and if that gets broken into, that's when the sensitivity starts. So all this desensitizing toothpaste helps with that. It just plugs those little nerve endings into the inside of the outer shell, and it helps with sensitivity. If it doesn't help, then there are some professional products that are available, and we can also help with that in our practice. So, and I'm not sure who does breast augmentation, but I'm sure there are some local groups. If you ask, I think there is Ask Frederick or Everything About Frederick Facebook groups, and people are very active there, and I'm sure someone can help you with that.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, for the questions. Keep them coming. We definitely are ready to answer any that you may have. Going back to what we were talking about regarding women's health and stuff like that, what do you think are areas where, do you see any disparities, I should say, when you have clients that come into your office? Do you think that there's ways that you can make access to dental care more accessible? And how do you try to handle that in your business?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I really wanted to answer that or bring that up myself. Many people feel that if they don't have dental insurance, they cannot get dental care. But because everything is connected to your body, it is really, really important that you at least see a dentist and see us regularly. We do have in-office dental discount plan for people who do not have dental insurance. So there's like a yearly fee, and the cost of the entire yearly plan is less than our first appointment itself. So we have tried to make dental care accessible. Our plan includes healthy teeth cleaning in absence of gum infection, all the x-rays that I need, thorough examination. Like I mentioned, we do gum examination. We check your blood pressure. It's a very detailed examination that's included. Your 6-month cleaning is also included. So, and I'm aware that many of my colleagues are offering that too. So don't think that just because you don't have dental insurance, you cannot get dental care. Also, there are options where we can phase out treatment too. So not everything has to be done all at once. You can get the very important things taken care of first and then gradually get to the optimum health. So yeah, don't overburden yourself, but take that first step and get started.
Definitely. I really agree with that. And,
Yeah.
I think that it's up to, of course, every person and how they want to handle their professional business. But I know for myself that you are an inspiration to me, because I hope that one day when I have my own business, or even if I'm working somewhere, that I can be able to extend care to those in need. And one thing that the University of Maryland does every year is at the School of Public Health, we have like a dentist convention where all these dentists come and they help people that are in need. So
That's
I think things like
wonderful.
that where you give back is really meaningful, and people are always really touched by that.
Yep. Tell me a few tips about people like me who are really busy and want to be healthy, but we are not finding time. You are really into fitness. What do you think we can do at home, or what are your suggestions so we can move more towards health?
I would say that one of the things that I've seen, especially a lot with the pandemic, where people didn't have access to your typical gyms, is, people had to be really creative with being healthy. And I myself used to ascribe to scientific literature, which this isn't to say that I don't, but I think that as long as you try to meet the American College of Sports Medicine's recommendations, 150 minutes of aerobic activity, things like that, you're going to be prolonging your health. And that's the whole premise of my platform through Miss America, is that I really want people to realize that you're able to achieve your optimal health through fitness. And that as long as you try to eat a balanced diet and focus on being active and just getting up and moving every day, you're already holding the keys to being a healthier person. And some tips that I give right off the bat to people that want to be healthy quickly is to walk. Going outside, getting fresh air, you get vitamin D from the sun. You're able to have this be easy on your joints, depending on if you have any comorbidities or issues, especially if you're overweight, or you're just getting started. Walking 20 to 30 minutes a day, it's amazing. And I love to do that first thing in the morning. So I'm a runner. I love to get cardio in first thing in the morning. I find that it's like a cup of coffee to me. It wakes me up. I feel so good. Other things that I really recommend are being able to even just go online and do, they have the free options like YouTube, a yoga session, doing a yoga session, doing a HIIT workout, maybe if you want to do a light weightlifting workout or a body weight exercise workout. There are so many resources available. And one thing that I'm actually working on is I'm creating an entire adapted workout plan that I'll be posting on my website. And I have the links to my YouTube and everything on there, where I'll be be posting adapted exercises for people with disabilities. So they're all seated, and I kind of emulate what it would be like if you were in a wheelchair, and they're all equipment free for the most part. I like to
that's
use
so wonderful. My goodness, wow.
Like towels can be used to actually do curls and different things like that.
Gotcha.
Using resistance balls, household things that you have where you can see that progress. And I really recommend that you want to keep things practical and really be able to do something that you like doing, especially when you first get started.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Awesome tips. And I wanted to add that vitamin D is extremely important for your teeth and your jawbone too. So early morning exercise, like you mentioned, that's when you get the beneficial sun rays. And vitamin D enhances your calcium absorption, and you can make your teeth and all the bones in the body very healthy. So very good tips. I loved it.
Yep. What she's saying is we are like power couple vibes. We're saying teeth and exercise is the key to wellness.
There you go.
Perfect. I would say, okay, I have a question for you that I've always wanted to know, a dentist's opinion. Does drinking your beverages through a straw help reduce stains? Because I use a metal straw because we want to protect the turtles.
Right.
But, does that help, you actually being able to prevent stains, or does it not make that much of a difference when you think about the science of it?
Yeah, so I get asked this question many times. When you drink from a straw, the idea is that you don't get your front teeth stained. But if you are drinking anything other than water, usually it is acidic, and it is not good for your teeth or your gut or your esophagus because it's just too much acid. So that's one thing. And when you drink from the straw, it doesn't bypass your mouth completely. So you are going to concentrate those liquids more on the back teeth, and there are more chances of getting cavities that way too. So be careful. No one can resist drinks all the time. So if you must, make sure you rinse your mouth right after you consume anything.
All right. Someone commented that they like to walk around Central Park for exercise, which is really cool. My parents are actually from New York, so I love Central Park and getting to visit, which is great.
Yep.
So one thing I'd like to talk to you about, I haven't been able to formally speak with Dr. Oza until after my pageant, my competition. So I would love to share with you a little bit about what that's like.
I want to know.
So here, and they put this photo of us together, which I loved.
Yeah.
So to the right, very far right, is when I actually won my Miss Urbana competition.
Oh.
So that was the beginning of the journey. And then
how long ago was that?
That was 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yep. And then to the middle photo, that was me when I made top 10. And it was great because they gave all the winners of top 10 $1,000, which was great.
Nice.
So I got a scholarship for school, and I got that trophy, which was really nice.
Oh, wonderful. Congratulations.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So that was really cool.
And I loved your gown.
Thank
Such
you.
a pretty color.
That was from Deja Vu in Mount Airy.
Yeah, I
so
saw
again,
that.
just
That's
local
wonderful.
businesses supporting them.
Yep.
One thing I wanted to share with you was actually my talent.
Uh-huh.
So I had a bit of an unconventional talent when I competed. I did a fitness routine. So it was all choreographed and it was military inspired. So I had a bedazzled Marine-esque uniform with white gloves and a giant Olympic barbell with weight that will not just be disclosed. It's a surprise / secret. But I was able to go and I did it to Little Mix by Salute, the song.
Ah.
Yep. And I did a whole routine where I showcased all these different exercises. And that was my favorite part of competition.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's where your heart is.
Exactly. And I felt like, I was so scared to do talent because I'm not classically trained in singing or instruments or dance or anything like that. So when we were trying to figure out what I should do, those were immediate no's because I want people to still be able to enjoy life without hearing me sing because it's bad. But yeah, I was really excited to do a fitness talent and kind of showcase how women can be strong, because so often one of the things that I hear is that women get insecure about going to the gym because either they get negative feedback from men or they just feel insecure about their own bodies.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you've ever experienced that before, but I've had a lot of young women say that to me. And that was something I initially struggled with when I first started going.
Yeah.
And I really like to try to tell girls that, your body is your temple, and just
Yep.
like you want to take care of your teeth and your muscles and actually do it for the health reasons, you get confidence.
Yep.
And you feel stronger both outwardly and inwardly. So I really encourage young women, and my talent was one of the ways that I really tried to do that, to focus on being strong,
Yep.
be inspired to go to the gym. And that was a huge goal that I definitely had through my competition.
Yeah.
But
And
all that
be
to
comfortable
say,
in your own skin.
yeah. And it was honestly, it was one of the best days of my life. Even though I didn't win, I prayed beforehand, and I prayed that, whatever would happen would be God's path for my life, and that also that I'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy
the
to
most
get stressed.
important. Yep. That's the most important thing.
Exactly.
That's
So
awesome.
it was really good. And I will say one thing that's really exciting that happened was pretty much immediately after I found out the results, I came home and I checked my email, and one of the organizations that I work for, she offered me to be their fitness director.
Oh.
So I was
how
really
awesome is that?
Yeah. And I actually have a photo here for you guys. So this is on my website. This is a screenshot of all of the people that support my Able to Achieve initiative. So I have Keen, which is the organization that promoted me, a therapeutic riding horseback place called TRRC. It's cut off a little bit. The Maryland Adapted Physical Education Consortium is an awesome organization, and they provide information and up-to-date info on all of the adapted PE instructors.
Oh,
so like a
wonderful.
list of best practices. This is Nadia Ibrahim, and she was Miss Wheelchair Maryland.
Oh.
She's helped me with a lot of political things and has been amazing. And then the Girl Scouts, which everyone kind of knows what they are. I do adapted or just fitness workshops for them. And then I also help in schools as well through the Maryland Business Roundtable for Education. So really grateful to my partners. And that was definitely a kind of a confidence boost. Even though I didn't win, I was kind of disappointed. But to know that I've made such a difference, and that people still want to work with me, even though I didn't win Miss Maryland, was really nice. And
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I totally get that's the goal for everyone. But what I'm seeing here is the tremendous growth that you have achieved, and all these opportunities that I don't know if you would have had if you didn't do the pageants.
Absolutely.
So it's so wonderful.
Absolutely. I tell that to my director all the time. I'm like, my resume is basically because of you. Because I needed that drive. And I think that, if young women, join Miss America, they will gain scholarship monies for school.
Yeah.
An amazing sisterhood.
Huge. That's huge.
An amazing sisterhood.
Yeah.
And I have so many friends that are like-minded, that we just push each other.
Yeah.
And we all want to work together. And you've met so many.
Yeah.
And they're just all driven.
Yeah. That's one thing I wanted to mention. You were the first one that entered our practice that day with all the pageant girls who came later. And we did not know. We were just there to help. And that was the whole idea, that if we can help these girls a little bit with brightening their smiles, that was our whole idea behind it. So, but we did not know what to expect. And as soon as you walked in, it was like, you were just so radiant and so positive, and we all just kind of became more comfortable, and you just put us all at ease. So it just and then all the other girls were similar, like-minded, like you said. It was just a wonderful experience for us. So
yeah, and I can say a little bit of backstage information. We have usually between segments about 1 minute and 30 seconds to get ready. Maybe 2 minutes up until evening gown, because then there's an intermission. So we have a lot more time to get ready. But for talent, I went first. So I had literally 2 minutes to change from one wardrobe to the next. And all the girls were so helpful. They were pinning my hair in while I was putting on my costume. So it was definitely a team effort. And I was really grateful to experience that, where everyone was genuinely a good sport.
Yeah.
And even though we all wanted to, of course, win and do well, it wasn't about that. It was about the journey, and it was about sisterhood, and whoever was going to be the right pick was going to win. And we were going to support them no matter what. So I was really grateful to be a part of that class, and it was a great experience. And I'm glad that you were able to meet so many of the girls.
I'm glad, because I didn't know that you guys were doing so many things for the community and your own personal growth. And I just had no idea. So it was just wonderful learning opportunity for us too. It's just so good.
Now, tell me a little bit about, you also went to the University of Maryland, and you recently got what did you graduate, or was it a certification? I saw something on Instagram about that.
Yeah. So I actually, I have 2 doctorate degrees in dentistry. So I was a dentist in India first, and then I went to University of Pennsylvania for my second doctorate degree. But University of Maryland, I went for 2 years. It was an implant fellowship course. It was for dental implants. So it was an amazing journey. Just that's another thing my mom always wanted us, me and my brother, us to do, is to keep learning and keep growing. So that's something that I do all the time. And I learned a lot, and we have already helped so many people with missing teeth. So
that's
really,
amazing.
Yep.
Wow. So that's a really powerful statement. Essentially, you try to keep learning.
Yep.
And I really
It's
love
so
that.
important. Yeah.
So in our comment section, someone has kept asking about house calls and whether or not you offer them. What is your response to that?
No, I don't. But is it for someone who is disabled? If they need help and if they are in Maryland, I know a few friends who are doing that. But if someone has questions about anything, you can reach out to me via direct message. I'm always answering them on Instagram, Facebook, and the handle is Thermont Smiles. So feel free to ask me any questions anytime. If you have any questions, you can also email me at thermontsmiles@gmail.com, and I'm happy to answer or guide you further.
And we have that here listed. So if you want information, that's on the Frederick.com webpage.
Yep.
Another question was what Dr. Mansi's practice was. So we kind of answered that. It's Thermont Smiles.
Yeah, we are in Thermont, very close to Camp David. Oh, thank you, Blue. I try my best. He says I'm the best dentist in all Maryland. So thank you. I love to hear that.
Top-notch professional, best
you're
dentist.
so sweet. Thank you.
You have a fan. All right. So walk me through, do you have any stories that you would like to share, maybe someone that really stands out to you in all your time of practicing that, was maybe one of the most impactful cases that you've had?
Yeah, if you can click on the one next to Riley. I think I may have shared his pictures too. So that is Nick. And I don't know if you knew, we do this Smile Makeover competition. So it is our way to give back to community. And people who keep holding themselves back because they feel so conscious about their smiles and they don't have means to get the full treatment done. So we try to help at least one person a year, and we hold the competition on our social media. We open it up once a year, and Nick is the person in that picture. He applied, and we asked to write an essay, and they tell us why we should pick them. And I have a small smile team, so we all kind of grade those essays on our own. So we are not looking at each other's thoughts, or we don't talk about it. And then we pick a winner from there. And he wanted to be a role model for his daughter, and that was
that's so beautiful.
Yeah, that was his why. And his dad shared with us that he had a huge smile growing up as a child, and because of some illnesses or whatever, he lost that over time. And when we restored his smile back, he can't stop posting his pictures on his social media. He keeps smiling, and we helped him move forward with his life. So that is something that is just so heartwarming for all of us at Thermont Smiles. And that's what we do. We exist to make a positive difference.
I love that. So we have a video clip. We're going to show it to you guys. Let's see.
I'm most happy to see, I guess, that big smile that he always had as a kid and growing up, and excited to see that again.
Standing here with everybody at the Thermont Smiles, they said I won. That's what they said. They said I won. That's what I said.
Congratulations.
Setting a good example for my daughter, so she makes sure she brushes and flosses her teeth, so she don't have the same trouble her daddy has. So this means words can't explain it. I'm speechless on it. I'm very happy. So I'm very appreciative. Thank you very much.
I became diabetic about 12, 13 years old. That's when with blood sugars and everything, that's when it started. I know I went to dentists before and having to get root canals and teeth removed, and I think coming in here I was starting to lose my front teeth. Dr. Oza fixed all my remaining teeth, and it's been a big help. I know entering the contest and then coming here and the months it took, it was a journey, but it was well worth it.
Wow, that looks real. Huh. Oh, that's so cool.
Cool. Look at Daddy. Yeah, Nick.
Wow. Look at you, buddy. That looks awesome.
Very handsome.
That looks awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, proud of you, buddy.
A little bit,
Proud
a
of you.
lot.
Work and talking to people, I was always real self-conscious about showing my teeth. I think now that my teeth are fixed, it give me more confidence to talk and present myself and have more confidence in work and in a social life. I think as me and my family said, I need to be beyond words how appreciated I am. This is amazing. I can't believe how real they look. It's like Hollywood effects. I mean, thank you so much, Smiles.
Wow, I'm gonna cry.
I feel like crying right now. We all cried that day.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Wow,
yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's just and I have to thank my my friend who has motivated a lot of dentists to do similar smile makeover competitions to make a difference. So yeah.
I love the idea of a smile makeover.
Yeah.
That's just so cute.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a beautiful story. And I love how he was talking about, just his social interactions and how
Yeah.
everything was
Yeah.
kind of changed, and he had to almost hide himself because
Yeah.
of his smile.
Yeah,
And now
it's
he
just
can
so
feel
sad,
like
right?
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so rewarding,
Yeah,
I
it is.
imagine.
It's just amazing. Yep.
Wow. Well, I asked you what your most impactful story was. That was a really good response. That's amazing. I love that. And I love how you said that your mom was one of the people that really motivated you to want to give back. Was there maybe a certain point in time or a quote or something that really stood out to you where you felt like that was kind of the jump start, where you were now established as a dentist and you wanted to give back? And
Yeah, that was, I think, that was my friend. So we have always given back. We have held book drives and jackets, and we have given back school supplies and all those things. But we were a group of dentists who are always trying to give back, and we were doing all these things. And my friend, her name is Anissa, she said, why don't we give back the gift that we have? And that's a gift of dentistry. That's what we do the best. And that's when we started. So this was our second patient that we gave back to.
wow, that's
Yep.
really cool. I mean,
Yep.
so when people ask you kind of so I'm imagining that, like, you have to have a team of volunteers to help with that, where you have your staff are kind of on board with you and stuff like that. How does that work typically? Do people, is everyone kind of giving up their free time so that person can
Not
have
really. No, I
help,
don't.
or-
I don't ask anyone to give back because they also work hard, and they have to work hard for their families. So it's not. I don't ask anyone else. I pretty much just donate my time and materials and whatever it takes
Okay.
to rehabilitate someone. But it's pretty much done in my practice. We have to thank Dr. Hofrichter. He's an oral surgeon, and he helped me with the last case, and with Nick also, with some of the surgical procedures that were more complex, and he did not charge them either. So yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. I think that's
Yeah.
beautiful. I also, I've noticed that within my own field
Mhm.
with exercise, when you go to a trainer, it could be $60, for an
Yeah.
hour. And that's just not something that everyone can
do, yeah.
afford. And
Yep.
especially if you have a disability,
Sure.
the hidden fees of going to so many different occupational, speech, physical therapies.
Yep.
A lot of people say it takes a village to have someone with a disability. And my family's experienced that firsthand. So when I was developing Able to Achieve, one of the things that was really important to me was the accessibility component of it. I didn't want barriers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my workouts that'll be released are free of charge.
Oh,
All my
that's so
workshops are
wonderful.
free. I don't want to have people have to pay. And then I also make sure that a lot of my adapted workouts are without equipment.
Mhm.
I don't want for people to have a barrier,
That's so
essentially.
wonderful. That's so wonderful.
Yeah, because like you said, it's just the more that you can kind of help people, some people, they just can't do that on their own.
Yeah.
So to be able to give back and really think about that process is, I think, really important. And
Yeah.
like you said, it takes a village. I'm really grateful for people that actually give me the opportunities or
Yeah.
assistance to
Yeah.
do that,
Absolutely.
to make those dreams
That's
a reality.
wonderful. Yep.
Let's check out our comments again. I see we've got a couple. All right. So Derek here says, my dentist sold me a root canal, put a fake tooth, and it shattered out of my mouth. I have a
Oh
missing
my
tooth
God.
now. What do I do? Oh no.
I'm so sorry, Derek. It happens every now and then. If the tooth structure is quite destroyed because of decay or trauma or whatever the reasons are, we try our best as dentists, but it doesn't always hold up. So once you miss a tooth, there are lots of replacement options. To put it briefly, you could have something removable that goes in and out of the mouth. You take it out at night. You can also have something fixed, like a bridge. It's like a bridge on a river. So it takes support from two teeth that are adjacent to the gap, and then you have a bridge made, so the missing tooth is replaced. And I think in this day and age, the best option is dental implants, which mimics the nature quite closely, and you feel like you have your own tooth. So quite a bit of options, and I think you should definitely consider them.
Wow. All right. That's a good question. Keep them coming if you have any more. We've got about 8 minutes left of our live stream. I have another question for you. So one thing that I personally struggle with my teeth is I have my molars. They're kind of, I think I have grooved teeth is what it's called. So even if I brush a lot, I still am subject to cavities.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for people that maybe have those type of issues?
That's a great question, and the solution is really simple. It is painting on the surface of the teeth. We call them dental sealants, and we clean out the grooves thoroughly so there is no plaque or food left, and then we completely isolate the teeth so there is no bacteria or moisture or saliva touching the tooth when we paint on the surface, and it kind of adapts to the grooves, and it doesn't let the plaque or food sit inside the grooves, so it doesn't cause cavities. You still need to floss though, because it doesn't cover those surfaces.
I shouldn't have said that, guys. I'm going to get DMs on Instagram. I was just going to be like, did you floss today?
You can count on it.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So we have some images here. Maybe you could walk us through. So this one here, is this another one of your smile makeovers?
Yep. And the most heartwarming thing that his wife told me, that was after, I think, 2 years or so after we finished it, she said he never smiled for the Christmas pictures with the children. He has, I believe, 5 children, and he is a very joyful, happy person, but he never smiled in the pictures because he just did not feel good about himself.
Yeah.
And she said after we did his makeover, now he's smiling in his Christmas pictures. So that was just very touching.
That's
something I will
amazing.
never forget.
Wow. Well, that was an amazing transformation. So this is, I'm assuming, the whitening process, correct?
This is whitening, and we also did, she had 2 small teeth in her mouth, and she felt conscious about that. And it was a process. She studies in college. So she used to be our regular patient. Now she has moved to, I believe, North Carolina. So she had to go back and forth, but she received some porcelain veneers and teeth whitening.
Wow.
And
That's
that evened out her
amazing.
smile. Yeah. Very conservative and fairly straightforward treatment.
Wow. Okay. Now this one I know. So this
Yeah.
is Alison Redmond. She was our Miss Maryland 2020. Beautiful person inside and
Yeah,
out.
absolutely.
And
You all are.
she got the whitening.
She
correct?
did. Yeah, she did.
Now, which whitening did she get? Because I know you have levels of whitening. I think,
Yeah.
did she get the lasered one?
She got the light one. And that works out pretty good for most people. Yep.
Yep. And then I think we have time for one more. Let's look at this one. So what did you do with this patient?
So you can see that 3 of his teeth on the left side of his mouth, so our right side, they were different. And he just wanted something done. He wasn't sure what he wanted done. So he was pretty aware about dental issues and his dental issues and what exactly he wanted. He wanted to make sure that he understood the process completely. So I spent a lot of time just talking and telling him what the final outcome would look like.
Right.
We did a trial run also until he was satisfied. And then he let me do it. And I said, if we even it out, instead of doing just one tooth, which is extremely hard to match, we can have control over your bite. Most people get motivated by how they look, but we also look at how the upper and lower teeth fit together.
Yeah.
That's how you're able to grind your food and get your nutrition out of it. And you also want all this musculature, your joint near the ears. You want all that in healthy state also. Or you can't talk or smile or eat anything. So we went over the whole process with him. And I believe we did 4 crowns on the front teeth.
Wow, that's really cool. Curious question as well. So if you chew gum, does that help strengthen your jaw at all, or is that not a thing?
People have different opinions about that.
I'm bringing the controversy.
That's right. No, it's a good question. Some people think that if you chew just until you taste it, it's not too bad for you. And chewing gums with xylitol helps with cavities. I have read different studies over a period of time, and I don't like to chew gums, but if you must, then have something with xylitol that can help you. So
all right. So if you were wondering about that, like myself, now you have an answer. So we're about to end the broadcast in a minute, but we have a couple of comments that we'll get through before we go. So Blue said that they had a sore molar and that it lasted 3 days and then disappeared. So what is your opinion on that?
Probably sometimes if it's a deep infection and if it goes away, it may not be a good thing. Sometimes we eat on something hard like an almond or something, a hard pretzel or something like that. You temporarily get that pain and then it goes away. So it's a good idea to have your gums and your teeth checked and make sure there is no crack or no infection underneath it.
All right. We'll end it with this. So Corey said that they have 40 years of experience and think that we should both wear a Rolex. I assume that what you mean by that is that we come across as fancy, and I'll take the compliment.
I think it too, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into this broadcast.
It was awesome.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Once again, my name is Laura Dineen, and I'm Miss Urbana 2020.
And I'm Dr. Oza from Thurmont Smiles Dental Practice. Thank you so much for listening to us.
Yes, thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you next time. Bye.